we're going to learn how to make use of the timeline in Photoshop CC. We're going to learn how to make some basic video editings in Photoshop CC and produce a different way of presenting our slideshow. Finally, we will end up with the following. In this tutorial, we're going to create an original way how to present our image gallery by using Photoshop CC, timeline, and make some video editing. So to start, make sure that your timeline is visible below. To make the timeline visible, you need to go to Window and select Timeline from the drop-down menu. Once the timeline is on, you will have your first track. Our first track is going to represent the background that we're going to work on, which is this wall texture. The images that we're going to use are the Ballet Planet, a moon background, an image of Malta, photograph from Malta, another art photography, nature versus city, and this untitled picture, which I will be calling skateboarder. So everything is going to be placed on this wall. So let's start with our images. So first thing, I'm going to transfer all the images, placing them on top of the wall background here, where I have also my timeline open. So I'm going to select all, or Control C or Control A or Command A for Mac, edit, copy, back to my wall, edit, paste. And I'm going to do this for each image and also reduce the size. So actually what I'm going to do is going to edit, transform, scale, and I'm going to reduce the size in a way that they appear on the upper part of the wall, leaving the following spacing. I'm going to enter or check to accept the transformation, and I will repeat this for the other images. Now once we have all the images in our place, I'm going to extract the layers panel so we can see better. We're going to place all the images except the background in a group layer. So I'm going to create a group layer and place all the images. So I'm selecting all the images and drag them into the group, in one group. So now I have all the images in one group, and I can actually apply filtering or blending or any other type of things for the whole images, for the whole group. And the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to apply a reveal all mask on the group folder, and I'm going to mask removing the edges of the images. So what I suggest is to set your brush to a smooth hardness of 0%, so we have a smooth blending. Make sure you are on the mask and make sure that the color is black, always the opposite. This is a reveal all mask, which is white, therefore we need to use the black color to start hiding our area. And this is what I'm going to do. As you might notice also, the opacity is around 92% to avoid removing or hiding all at once the image. So this will help me to refine my blending. So just removing the edges. Okay, now the next thing is to blend these images more into the wall by using a blend mode. So I'm going to start with multiply, and I think it's fine. Multiply is fine, so I have this blending option on the wall. Now the next step is to start placing our images in their proper position in the timeline, in the track. As you can see, I have layer 0, which is representing the background, and if I open the group, I can see all the images that are on the track. Now what I need to do, I need to place the images on a single track. First of all, I am going to set the length. Actually, you can see the timing because since it's the first length here, we have 13.18. Then I'm going to set all the length of each the same, calculating on the first one. So that's it. I'm going here and here. Then I'm going to place each one of them beside the other one. So I'm going to have a single track for all my images because I need a transition. So I'm going to increase the length of the size of the background, and to do this, go to the far right. You can see that the cursor changes in a bracket, square bracket with two arrows, and by pressing the left mouse button you can drag to the end. So here we have actually our slideshow. If I try to play right now, all I will see is one image from another, like that. So now we need to actually make some transition effects. Place the transition effect between each image. We can click on this icon here. There's a square with a diagonal line. We have a gray and white color here, so we click on it, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different type of fadings. We have fade, crossfade, fade with black, and so on and so forth. For our transition, we're going to use the crossfade. So I'm going to select the crossfade and just drag between the two images accordingly. Once this is done, we can see that the crossfade effect will take place. So I'm going to place my playhead near one of them and just click play. And once the playhead goes onto the other image, it will pass this on top of the transformation. You can see the fade right now. Okay, so it fades onto the other image. This will be happening on the other images as well. So I'm going to stop here, and you can see that the length of the background increased because once we've placed the transition effects, the video shortened a little bit, but we can set it up. Now what we're going to add a moving video or moving images. So to add a video or import a video, all we need to do is just go here in this small icon. It's a short film strip. Click on it and choose add media. I have this blue motion background, so I'm going to open it. Here it is, but I need to place this between the background and the images. To do this, you need to go to the layers panel and drag the video like you're dragging a normal image between the images. So it's between the group one and between the video group. I'm going to place this here also. As you see, it's the video, it's too long. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We can see this small slider here. If we slide towards our left or right, it will zoom in. If I go to my left, it will zoom out. And this will help me to see the whole video, and go to my far right and decrease the length of this background. Now, first of all, I'm going to change the mode so I can blend better. But secondly, you can see that the video is smaller than the background. So the first thing that I want to do is to increase the size of the video. So I'm going to edit, transform, scale. But before scaling, Photoshop informs that this video needs to be converted to a smart object. Just click convert, and it will convert accordingly. Then we can actually increase the video size. So once we have increased it, just covering the whole background, click to accept. Now from the blend mode, I'm going to change this to multiply or maybe soft light. Soft light, it's much better. So we can also apply blending options on a video, so we can see just a little bit of it. It doesn't matter if it goes slow while you are previewing this on Photoshop. This, once rendered, all the frames will take the appropriate speed. So we have this. Okay, we can keep this. Okay, we can also apply a filter once the video is converted into a smart object. We can also apply a filter. So we can go, for example, filter, blur, radial blur, and for example set a radial blur of 20, keeping spin good, and click OK. So the blur took effect. If I play this, I have this effect here, this hypnotic effect. So for me it's good. I'm going to keep everything as it is. So we have images with transitions, crossfade transition. We have a video which we converted into a smart object. We also applied a filter, a transformation, and the layer blend, and we have a background as an image. What is missing is the sound. So we have the audio track. If I click on this small icon node, I can add audio. I'm going to use music slideshow. Also the music slideshow, it's a little bit lengthy, so I'm going to reduce the size, and I'm going to place the playhead at the very end just to see how it finishes up. Good, I have my sound here, as you heard. Now what I need is, I don't want that the video stops all of a sudden, but I need to fade it out. I need to fade out the sound, and I need also to fade out the images. So to make these settings, at the very end on our right, we have this play icon on each image, on each track. By clicking that on the sound, let's go on the sound, I have some options here. I can keep the sound 100%. I can set the fade in and fade out. I want the sound to fade out in, say, 40 seconds. So the sound will fade out slowly once the video is finishing. I want also fading for each track, for the video, for the background, and for our last image. And to this I'm going to actually select fade in black with black for each track, here and here. So if I place the playhead on the very end, I want to see how this is going to work. And perfect. So once we are ready, we have our videos. What we need to do is render the video. Go to export and render video. From here we have certain settings. I'm going to name this wall gallery, and we can also select our folder. I'm going to select my folder here. Okay, and we can also select the settings by using the Adobe Media Encoder built-in Photoshop CC. We have H.264 QuickTime or the BX. I usually use H.264. We can also set a preset from various formats, from 4K to YouTube to 702.4p, 1080. This is up to you what to choose. Usually it's HD 7204p, or if you're going to publish on YouTube, you can choose one of the YouTube formats here. Once you're ready, just press render, and your video will start rendering and finish in a few minutes. This will be our final result. Thank you for watching. See you for the next story.